The bar hang is a great idea for any brachiating primate to do daily. So find a bar, hang on the bar, and totally loose here. Totally loose shoulders, extending the spine, decompressing the spine. You can wiggle around a little bit too, side to side. Try to keep your breathing relaxed. And when your grip gets tired, you can jump down. The toe touch is probably something everyone's already done, but we're gonna add a couple of layers to it to make it much better. So keep your knees just barely unlocked. So not bent, but just barely unlocked. And reach down toward your toes, just naturally. Nice, not bad. So from here, what you want to do is clench your fists, clench your lats, clench your glutes, build up tension, and then let it all go. Now repeat that a few times. Tension, relaxation. Straighten your knees a bit more if you can. Try to keep them straight. Good. And again, tension, relaxation. Good. So if you can't touch your toes, if you end up somewhere like here, try this tension trick. Clench. It's a wonderful party trick. A lot of times you'll be able to get someone to touch their toes for the first time since they're a child. That's the toe touch. Rocking is a super simple hip mobility drill that primes the squat pattern. You start off on all fours like this, and then you just rock back and forth. And you can put a little bounce to it. It doesn't need to be super slow. It can and should be somewhat dynamic. You do about 20 of these or so. You can go further forward too. Put your hands out in front of you a little bit. Good. The Bretzel 2 is an upper back stretch. Incredible. So you start sitting in the shin box like this, and then hands go right here. The left hand's palm up. Put the right hand on top. Scoot it back a bit, right here. Good. Now, lock your elbows and keep them locked. And what you're gonna do is exhale and slowly drop your shoulder toward your knee without bending the elbows. Nice. You come up, you take another breath, exhale, and drop the shoulder down. Hang out down there for a minute. So it's important to keep the elbows locked because if you bend your elbow, you're just bending your elbow, not stretching your upper back. You can hang out for a while. When you run out of air, it's hard to breathe down there, so you come back up. Inhale, down again. You'll feel this just pulling your shoulder blades apart. I don't know anything else that's better to stretch the upper back than this. Let's see one more. Much better than this thing from gym class. Good. The kneeling hip flexor stretch, fantastic mobility drill for opening up your anterior hip. So if you sit at a desk all day, you need this. And we've all seen this, right? You don't just lunge forward like this. This will do a little something, but not nearly as good as if we coach it correctly. So step your left leg forward, Mindy. Good. Now the first thing you do before you start the stretch is you posteriorly rotate your pelvis. That means aim your belly button up at the ceiling. Squeeze your glute of your down knee. So squeeze your right glute, stay tall, and that's it. You're just staying tall, squeezing the glute. You feel your hip prying open. So there's effort here. This isn't just a relaxing stretch. This is an active mobility drill. You squeeze the glute, you rotate the pelvis, and you push your hips forward. Excellent. The squat is a fundamental human movement pattern, and the prying squat is a necessary mobility drill to keep this pattern healthy. Very simple. You just squat straight down. Elbows go inside the knees, and pry out your knees with your elbows, and then wiggle back and forth. Don't forget the breathing. It's not always a comfortable position to be in, but attempting to breathe relaxed is the way to get more comfortable here. I'll hold this for 30 seconds to a minute, something like that. Keep wiggling. Keep wiggling. Very good. The hack squat is named after legendary strongman George Hackenschmidt. So what you do, you can do this with a weight or with no weight. So we'll show you both versions here. If you're using a weight, you'll hold it behind your back, just right on your tailbone. Heels together and toes apart so your feet are shaped like a V. Stay real tall and pull yourself straight down. Nice and slow, no bouncing out of the bottom. Pause at the bottom, back up. Do about 5 reps here. If you have any current issues with your knee, avoid this drill. As long as your knee's healthy, this drill is really good for your knee, but you do kind of have to watch it if you have anything tweaky going on. For the cossack squat, take as wide a stance as you can manage, and then drop down to one side, and then over to the other side. Let your toes point up at the ceiling, and take your time. Back and forth. You can use your hands on the ground to assist, that's no problem. The most important thing is to actually sink down into this. 10 to 20 reps total should be fine.